Hi, good morning. I'm Mary Amy, and this is August 5th. It's Friday. How's everyone today? And this is Living in the Light. I'm coming to you live from New York. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join me in the chat and you leave me a comment or just tell me what's going on with you. Today on our show, we're going to be covering subjects like unity, passions, witches and warlocks. Of course, I will be doing a visualization and I'll be sharing the healing properties of an Amazonite gemstone from the earth. So here we are, and it's the end of the week, and I have to tell you that I'm myself having some difficult times. I'm having a rough patch, as I say. And what is that exactly? That for me is all of my issues from my past that I've encountered throughout my life seem to be surfacing all at once. And I even had like a little, not a little, but I cried. And like I went to the gym today and I had people even say, "What's wrong?" And here I am sharing it, and it makes me actually, it's kind of cathartic to talk about it. And I, I'm all about love and light and high vibration. And like I'm having these kind of low vibrational emotions. And I think that that's okay. It's okay to have that from time to time. It's just if I dwell in that, that turns into some other emotions like maybe loneliness or depression, or I don't know if depression is considered an emotion, but sadness maybe. So I'm trying to kind of reach up out of, pull all of my strength, because I say, my mantra is, I am strong, I am courageous, I am brave. So together we're going to form this circle of light, because I'm sharing my light with you. I'm accepting you as well as you accept me. And I believe that I must trust. Right now, there seems to be so much confusion going on energetically, and I'm probably, I'm absorbing that, and it might be something that's going on across the globe. Because every day it seems like there's some kind of new issue that we are supposed to be fearful of, and something that we are supposed to be cautious of. And instead of saying life is great, it seems to be that we're supposed to be worried. And I don't think that's what we're meant to do on this heaven on earth. We're supposed to have unconditional love. We're supposed to enjoy our passions and find our purpose and love one another. And that's what I believe we're supposed to do. Not live in fear and have anger and hate. And that just, to me, is a waste of time. I would rather enjoy this adventure that I'm on. And I hope that together we can guide you to your personal destiny. Did you write down your dreams last night? Like for me, I know I had all these dreams, but I woke up and I was so tired. And I was working on another project yesterday afternoon, so it was a lot of leg work. And I woke up like I didn't even sleep. So I didn't. However, if you do remember your dreams, I hope you wrote them down, because our dreams are a guide to a direction that where our life is supposed to take. So pay attention to dates and details and even numbers, and maybe there's a message in there for you about something that you're supposed to pursue so that you can reach your destiny and your 5 humongous goals that we talk about, checking them off. So there might be a personal message like I receive, and as we become more in tune with ourselves, I spoke about stillness. I spoke about having quiet, turning off your electronics, being in a quiet space, and just listening beyond the walls of the room as far as you can. And this is how we're working on our own intuition and intuitive abilities, because we all have them. We were raised in systems that shut all our emotions down. It wasn't okay to feel. Just like it makes me uncomfortable talking about my feelings with you, I kind of do that in private. However, I know that that is actually a normal thing. It's when we have our emotions escalate too long and too high. We have to have balance and harmony. So we have a clear self. We have our energy flowing in a balanced, harmonic way throughout our body, and we find our personal serenity. We are sacred beings of light. We are multidimensional beings of light. And as we transition and transform into our most authentic selves, we are going to encounter, like I am, more of either the past is surfacing, or you're getting other emotions that are out in this realm. And so if you have both, like for me today, I have my own stuff and then I have all the energy out here. So it's like I'm combating. And it is a spiritual war that we're encountering. And I'm going to be sharing with you some evil energies that you should be aware of. Now, so unity. Unity is being joined, or a whole. It's considered a whole. And I say that when we join together, when we have trust for ourselves and trust for others, we're more powerful. When we are divided, we can be attacked. When we are sharing and being kind to each other and loving to each other and friends to strangers, and you look at the good in everyone and you accept them for who they are, it starts with loving ourselves. So can you look in the mirror and say, I accept myself, I love myself, I love myself, I accept myself. And if you can't, then there's something you must work on. Self-esteem, self-worth, any of the issues that you have. I mean, it's very, very common to have emotional blockages. And usually that is from a crisis that happened to you, some kind of trauma that happened to you as a child, and that it's got stuck in your body. We spoke about traumatic imprints earlier this week and how we can have a traumatic event happen. Now, maybe to someone else, it doesn't seem traumatic. Like, oh, you're overreacting. Hold on. If someone has something that they have with them for many, many years, it's not an overreaction to that being that was born into this and incarnated into this realm on New Earth Gaia. We call it New Earth Gaia now. We're in 5D New Earth Gaia. Then it's important for them to deal with their stuff. So don't hurt someone else if they feel something bothered them. Don't make it worse. Accept them for what they're saying because it matters to them. You know, what I find that hurt me as a child, maybe you don't feel that would hurt you, but I'm me, so I have to accept me. So I'm talking about your self-worth and and self-love for yourself. And when we accept ourselves, we have more confidence, we are more willing to take on challenges, and we can accumulate all of our desires and wants, whether it be something out there in the world, it's something that you want to have materialistically, or it's something within yourself that you're working on. We are all a work in progress, and we can accept each other just as is without anything. You don't have to be identified as something. You can just be as a being. We accept you. Now, there are those out there that maybe you have a different opinion from. And so you find that it's like, oh, get away from that person. And maybe they cause some kind of friction within you. And I understand that, but let's accept them as well. Let's accept all beings, all organic beings. Let's accept them because all we're doing is creating divide, and we're making any power that comes from any leadership or any beings that have a gain from us dividing. So let's have unity. As I speak of a circle of light, let's have a beautiful circle of light. And what does that look like? Imagine each of us holding a candle or a glowing ball of light. You know, you can have a glowing ball of light. How do you do that? Yourself. You put your hands together because you're going to create some kind of energy. And then you open your hands and you can mold the light. If your body accepts it, you will feel little, not sparks, but an energy on your palms. And I learned about energy because I became a Reiki master. So if you do this, you can carry a ball of light. You can hold a ball of light. And then you can visualize something within the ball of light. Now we do this with a visualization. We talk about light within our bodies, but we can have light outside of our bodies. There's so much that you don't realize is out there. So you can try this. You can hold this ball of light. And if you want to close it, you put your hands back together. But try it. So you visualize this ball of light. But it's more like it's an energy, and if you accept it. And that's really what energy healing is. It's bringing light into certain chakras in the body so that they're unblocked. Because each chakra is part of a symbol of your body, your certain organs, and on a spiritual level. So anyway, try that yourself. I'm going to close and put my hands together and close the ball of light. So let's again remember unity and coming together as a whole. And I'm here for you. And just speaking out there to whoever's listening, it makes me feel a little more comfort. And it feels gentle that I have opportunities and energy beyond myself that are positive. We're going to really focus on peace within ourselves, bringing peace and calmness within ourselves, because we can not only control ourselves, we can't control what's going on out here, can we? Let's remember just within ourselves. And that's why it's really important to line up thoughts, words, and actions. If you think one thing and you do another, you're not in sync. You do not have alignment. You can gain it. We can all transition and transform and change. Now, when we were born, we had a beautiful glowing light in our hearts, within our beings, and through life circumstances and situations, and these systems that we were programmed and had mind control, and we were dominated and told this is what you're supposed to do. We did not have the freedom of our senses. We did not have the freedom of the light in our hearts. And maybe you had situations that hurt you. And so what happened is we close our heart, we cover our heart until it's completely covered. And maybe you do well functioning out there in this reality, but on your own, are you causing yourself some kind of illness, a physical issue, something that manifests into injury to your being? Are you harming yourself? By not having an open heart, you are harming yourself because you dull yourself down and you don't know how to even find it again when you've done it for so long. So let's spark a light into our hearts so that we have an awakening. And we've spoken about an awakening. The earth has more light upon it. these solar flares that are coming down from the sun that are causing eruptions. They're bringing more light, genuine light onto this planet. And so darkness is being revealed. Evil is being revealed. And I commend you if you are pursuing your passions and your purpose. Our passions are strong emotions and object of love. So it's something that you had your whole entire life on this new Earth Gaia, and that hi, whoever's joining me. Hey, Tommy, how are you? Good. How's it going today? Good to hear from you. Good morning, everybody. I'm just speaking of passions, and I'm hoping that everyone is going to pursue their passions this weekend, whatever that is. I hope that you are focused on whatever you can't do during the week, something that you've wanted to do. Maybe it's something creative. And if not during the week, I hope that you begin to think about whatever your passions are, that you find that you have love for. Maybe it's something that you've wanted to do and you didn't do it. So start having a plan to pursue your passions. And if you are, kudos to you, because I believe when we follow our passions and our purpose, it brings more abundance and prosperity into our lives, plus serenity in our heart, so that we create balance. Because if we work, and we're not necessarily enjoying the work that we're doing at a given moment, it's very important to have on the side some kind of passion. For me, my passion is art. So I've always found that through painting, but I found it through performing arts, or but whatever it is for you. I mean, maybe it could be anything. It could be puzzles, it could be something, it could be writing, maybe it's something service to others, maybe it's related to animals. Whatever it is, pursue that love that you have, so that's what makes you a genuine, authentic being, is that passion that you have. And I'm sure if it's a passion, you're probably really great at it. So pursue that passion. And anyway, so I want to say, I'm changing the subject because I'm a little like I said earlier today, I'm going through a rough patch. So I'm trying to kind of, assimilate everything together. And sometimes I go off a path like everyone else. And is it a distraction? Maybe, but it's more like I'm doing my best for you and I want good things for you. So I'm sharing with you my truth. I'm trusting myself that sharing my truth is actually helpful, because if I sit around saying all the time, oh, love and light, what is that exactly? That is about having like personal self-love, like I've mentioned, and joining with that you are worthy just like I am, and good things will happen for all of us if we pursue and we trust ourselves, and that is healing. So maybe together, I brought up unity, maybe together we are actually healing ourselves and healing the planet Earth. Because we know the spiritual war that's going on out there, and I'm going to move on to this negative, so I'm going to bring up some positive first. The spiritual war that we're going on with good and evil, you're seeing much more of a divide go on this planet. You're seeing very, very strong ideas, concepts, and leadership. And you're seeing the people kind of trying to deal with that because they're not in a position of power. However, it's not true. It's all thoughts. Thoughts are very powerful, and it takes time to manifest physically our thoughts. However, if you are patient, like I say, I'm being more patient, you will find that physically manifestation comes. So this spiritual war that we're engaging with, the good and evil, we have the good, and I maybe use the angels that I speak of as a symbol of goodness and divine energies, these celestial beings. And to me, there are angels. You know, I am a believer in God, Christ consciousness. That's who I am. And that's the spiritual war. It's good and evil. It literally is good and evil. And the evil comes through sometimes in people, sometimes in energies. And how do we combat that? We do have to combat good and evil. So evil comes through, and I'm going to share witches. So, are witches real? Well, back in the day, women and men were burned on the stake because they were witches. And witches were believed to have magical powers. Now, usually they're malignant, supernatural powers, and they are a practitioner of witchcraft and black magic. And the first witch named was in the Bible, Samuel, in 931 BC, 721 BC. And it's about witchcraft, and they have superstitions and magic and sorcery. And they are evil. That is evil. That is a symbol and an example of evil. And do they reside on this planet? Well, maybe they don't carry a broomstick, and maybe they don't wear a black hat, but they do cast spells. Just be aware, like I talked the other day and spoke about Mr. Smiths and black hats and energies that come in, and you have psychic attacks while you're sleeping. Just be aware. Now, did I ever encounter a witch? I did. I've encountered witches. I've encountered witches here in this reality. I encountered a witch 2014, and I didn't know, and I was doing a project, and I did not know that I was dealing with a witch, and she did not tell me. And then I found out. And then she started casting spells on me. And black magic can be very powerful, and they can possess people. So you have to be aware of this. How do you protect yourself against witches and black magic? You visualize light, you live in love, you think good things, and you stay there. You don't go off into darkness, negativity. You stay away from people that are dealing with otherworldly creatures and that they are praying to the devil or their worshipers. Stay away from all of that. These people, these witches are real. There are, tribes of them. This is true. I also had dreams that witches came in. I went to a location in upstate New York, and I did not realize, because I was very open at the time, I was very vulnerable, I hadn't really come into myself, I wasn't balanced, and I wasn't trusting myself as much. And I was woken up, and I saw them and I heard them, and they came into my space, and they were from another time period, and they didn't understand that they couldn't harm me, really. It did scare me. But what I'm trying to say is there is evil energies out there. I want you to be aware of them, and they might come in the form of psychic attacks while you're sleeping, or they might come in the form of someone casting spells on you. They say certain religions speak of the evil eye, and they wear necklaces. I've seen some Europeans wearing necklaces of the evil eye because they do believe that someone can harm them, and thoughts are very powerful. How do you deal with it if it happens? You might have to go to a practitioner. You might be able to do it all on your own by praying, say prayers, speak to God, ask for the angels to come and assist you. So I mentioned witches. There are warlocks as well, and they deal with other worldly malevolent creatures, and they're evil and dark. It's the same thing. This is just evil. So let's go on and let's speak of angels now to kind of balance that. Okay, so angels are made of light, and there's believed to be legions of angels, in fact, tens of thousands, even more than 100 million angels in this occupying the realm between heaven and earth, led by Archangel Michael. Now, the 9 ranks of angels, and they're messengers from God. They're here to protect us and guide us. And some angels even take on human forms and assist us, and then they disappear. Angels perform miracles. It's what's called divine intervention. Now that I've shared the good and the evil, I want to bring up karma. So, before maybe you heard about all of this good and evil, you might have heard by chance about what karma is. Karma is actions and effects. So you reap what you sow. And in tune with good and evil, you have to know whatever decisions you're making matter. Every decision you make matters. If you harm someone, it will come back to you twofold. When I just brought up witchcraft, what happens with that is when you cast a spell on someone, it comes back to you twofold, so twice as bad. I don't know what the purpose of that is. I don't see how that's going to help you, but that's what people do. And they believe that, or they think that evil is what they want in their life, I suppose, or they can't seem to break out of it. I don't know. I don't know if they came onto this planet and they're not beings of light. I don't understand it myself. So positive or virtuous action equals future happiness. So if you offer someone help, kind words, giving hope to someone who's experiencing misfortune, forgiving a wrongdoing, sending prayers, all of these selfish acts without gratitude are virtuous. So basically, in other words, if you do a virtuous action, you're not expecting a reward. You just are doing it just to do it because you're a compassionate being of light. You're a multidimensional being of light. So a negative or non-virtuous equals suffering. So when you are intentionally hurting someone, if you're doing, and it could be the littlest thing, it will come back to you and it will harm you. You will suffer from it. People are said to have what's called karmic debt. What is karmic debt? That can come through a family, a generational karmic debt. That can come through other incarnations. If you believe that you were born before, this is another lifetime. It can come through generational. So it can come through with your family. In other words, if your family committed non-virtuous actions, it might attach to you. So you have to change your karma, fix your karma. And how do you do that? You do that by doing acts of kindness, by goodwill. You might have karmic debt from a lifetime, so you came into this earth. Sometimes they say someone who's an old soul, they probably came here with karmic debt and they had to overcome it. So karmic debt can find its way where you say, oh, I've had so much bad luck, things aren't going well for me. It might be an issue that you've had many lifetimes. They say if someone feels as though you can be missing something in another lifetime and then you're born and incarnated into this realm in this lifetime, and you feel as though you're missing something and it's from a past lifetime. And if you're open and you begin to ascend, this information comes to you and you actually put it all together. So all of you has unity, and you're accepting all of your lifetimes, and you're loving all of your lifetimes, loving all of you, because we are energy. We are made of energy. We cannot be destroyed. We're infinite. So we just change forms. So if you came are incarnated in this lifetime and you had some kind of, either you have now created bad karma for yourself because you did naughty things, or you came into this realm with karmic debt or generational debt, you have to overcome that. These are lessons that we must learn. Either something's eternal or it's a lesson. Sometimes people come into our lives and they're a lesson and you want them to stay forever, or you realize there's information that they have to assist you on your journey, on your path. And you will find out, because if you don't take and heed the information that this individual is giving you, this being of light, then it will come up again. Whether it comes up in relationships, whether it comes up in your career, or your something that you're dealing with your family or your job, it will circle back to you over and over and over until you deal with it. But let's just accept ourselves as is right now and have trust that we will find our way to our destiny. If you have an intuition, we talk about our intuition, we talk about how we have an ability to have these intuitive abilities. And we talk about the different clair senses. And as you gain a sense of stillness within your being, and you do that by spending time alone in quiet with all the electronics turned off, and you can have an idea of who this being is. Because we have so many energies coming at us. We have energies coming at us through the television, through the phone, through our computers. Then we have all these energies coming at us in this realm. We need to have time away from all that so we can figure ourselves out and know the best plan for ourselves. So what we do is we go into stillness, we close our eyes, and we let go of any thoughts or beliefs before this moment, and we just have peace and stillness and quiet. And when we gain that and we feel that we're there, then we hear all the sounds beyond the walls of the room to tune in. And we spoke about yesterday the dial. So if you feel as though too many emotions are embarking on your system, or you feel overwhelmed, and you might be really fine, and then you go out into a crowd of people and you realize that you are not okay. You're not okay. That's because you're absorbing. You've become more empathic, or maybe you already are. So you want to turn the dial. So you want to turn the dial to 1 or 2 instead of the dial up to 10. If you have overwhelming emotions, the dial must be at 10. So you want to turn it down. So we're doing that in stillness. We're working on understanding our mind, body, spirit, and how we are all one. So this vessel that we are existing in, we must take care of. We must be sure that we're getting outside in the fresh air, in nature. We must be sure that we're doing some form of exercise, that we're eating so that we're not harming ourselves. We're taking care of ourselves. Drinking plenty of water, because we have to maintain a healthy vessel. Now, all of the suggestions that I'm making are to help you live a more prosperous, lengthy life so that you can accomplish these 5 humongous goals. So I'd like to do a quick visualization before we go, because we're at 34 minutes. So we are okay here. We're going to go back to talking about the law of karma in a little bit. But let's do a visualization and then we'll circle back. We are creating vivid mental images in our mind's eye, bringing us hope, prosperity, and light. Blessings. Thank you for joining us. Today we are going to begin a sort of relaxation exercise. So I'd like you to sit in a comfortable position, lay down quietly with your eyes closed, and relax your mind and body. So let's breathe out old energies and beliefs before this moment, and let's breathe in fresh air and light and happiness. So we're going to together do this quickly, and we're going to do 3 inhales and exhales, and I'm going to do them with you in a 12 count. So it works on you really releasing any kind of old thoughts or energies that you have. So let's do this together. So I hope that helped relax you. Please breathe out anything that is bothering you, that you feel is holding you back, blocking you. Maybe you need to say a few words to let it go, speak them out. And let's let go of any attachments that we have. Any attachments that we have. So we're just going really into our truest self, into our hearts. So as we connect to our heart, whatever that means to you, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? What's the sensory that you have in relation to your heart? We're going to ask our heart to let go of our pain, our anger, our sadness, fear. We're going to let that go right now during this moment of quiet. We're going to breathe out our emotions. Now, as you look at your heart, whatever that means to you, I hope that you can see a light inside of your heart. And this is a beautiful glowing light. And I'm asking you to accept your light. I'm making a suggestion to accept this light that's in your heart. To accept this spark of light that's in your heart. Because you are safe in this light. So this light is going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's going to fill your entire body, your bones, your flesh, your organs, every cell. And you accept this light and you ask this light to stay within my being. You're going to give permission to this light, I suggest, to fill your cells and space surrounding your body known as your energy field. So as we feel this light, this beautiful illuminating light, this gleaming, brilliant light fill our bones, our flesh, our organs, our cells, we're going to feel peace and abundance and quiet and calmness and hope. So we are relaxed now, and we're accepting this new healing emotion, and joy fills you. Your inner spirit is calm now, and you smile broadly. All of the pain is gone. There's no trace. All of your suffering has disappeared. You search for it. The beautiful divine light has taken over your being, and it's staying in this moment, and you become aware of the difference. And you pause. And one thought is evident: how? It's your choice to be sad, angry, happy, or peaceful. I can have a positive intention or thought. So the soothing light stays inside your physical being, emotional, spiritual being. how long. You hear as long as you allow. You are offered a chance to make a wish by the light. You make the wish aloud. I'll count backwards to 3 and you will open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. So I offer you visualizations, I offer you relaxation exercises, because I do know that that is a way of bringing light into your being, as well as seeing a sunrise. I say, light on the horizon, good things are coming. A difficult situation will improve beyond the vision that you have. So I see through a rectangle, light on the horizon. I see the sun coming up. I see orange colors and yellows, reds, and the rippling water. And I say to you to visit a sunrise, spend time in nature, ask for angels, ask for angels, ask for angels. Because celestial beings and good energies make a difference. Divine light will spark an awakening within your heart, and before you know it, you'll be ascending to a higher frequency, a higher vibration, and we will have unity together. We will have the circle of light. We will become a whole. You accept yourself as a whole, and then you accept others. Trust. Karma, the actions and effects that will make a difference. I just spoke of karmic debt, and maybe you have suffering that's been going on within you. So let's check our karma. Let's check whether we have generational karmic debt, or we have karmic debt from other incarnations, lifetimes. So non-virtuous actions, negative actions equal suffering, and only virtuous or positive actions equal ultimate happiness. So let's all perform daily acts of kindness, become a gentle, honest, compassionate being. It's all perspective. Let's remember our affirmation. What is yours? Mine is, I am patient. Is there something that you would like to alter within yourself? Make a change, transform to the ultimate version of you. Whatever that may be. It might be something else, and it's for you to decide. So let's leave behind negativity and let's join in light and peace. Aggression does not shift away negativity. Like I say, if you come up against negativity like this, so if someone is being hateful and evil and angry, if you come up against it in the same way, that's creating a divide. You want to accept it. You want to send it love and light, and that's how you diffuse it. The only way to diffuse evil is by sending it light and love. In other words, you visualize or imagine light in your heart going to them. You visualize hugging them with light. Hugging them. That's the only way to counter evil. You can't count evil with a war. You can't diffuse evil with hate. You're only building it. Evil loves that. Hate loves that. They don't know what to do if you're sending love. Okay? So aggression does not shift away negativity. Now, here we are in this spiritual war together. I'm here for you. I hope you like and subscribe to my videos. I hope that you're here knowing that I am a constant state of love and light and acceptance. So let's have self-worth, let's have self-esteem, and let's have self-love. So here's the gemstone for today. It's an Amazonite. It's a polished rock. It comes from the earth. It has healing, protective properties. It's a green mineral, and it gives off positive energy. It calms the brain and the nervous system, and it helps with trauma. It alleviates worry and fear. So I need this today. I need this Amazonite. And it brings luck and success and fame. It's a beautiful gemstone. Now, if you just got some gemstones, I suggest you wash them in warm water and you put them out in the sun. Maybe put them out during a full moon. Well, I'm hoping that good things for you. I'm hoping positivity comes into your world, that you write down your dreams. I'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. And I want you to know that I accept you for who you are. And I know that times can be difficult. I myself, like I mentioned early on, it's tough. Stuff's coming to the surface. I'm feeling so much right now. And I will get through it like you will get through whatever you're going through. There is light on the horizon. Good things are coming. A difficult situation will improve. And I hope that you join me on Monday. You write in the chat. And I'm putting you in the center of this spinning light. It's pure good. And I hope everyone's happy this weekend. And then they find their passions, or they are spending time in nature. You're in the middle making a wish. I love you all. Be well. Bye.